The Eastern Cape government says it will intensify its efforts to ensure that the planned oil refinery for the Eastern Cape project Mthombo becomes a reality. This was one of the main discussion points at a meeting between organized business in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro and the government. The multi-billion rand oil refinery is destined for the Coega Industrial Development zone on the outskirts of the metro. Now, to hear more on the story, let's cross live to Abongile Dumako, who is the man on the story. Thank you very much for joining us, Abongile. Tell us more about how government is planning to implement this program.
Good afternoon to you, Colin Lemawane. Basically, the Eastern Cape government, in conjunction with the national government, indeed following the finance minister Nhlanhlanen's announcement that she's going to be pumping out billions of rand to try and sort of create needed infrastructure for the implementation of Mthombo project in the Eastern Cape. Basically, it's an oil refinery that actually seeks to help, with the implementation and, of course, the creation of fuel within the Eastern Cape province. Basically, it's been confirmed by the Eastern Cape Premier Phumulo Masualle that if all systems go, even his finance MEC, Mthombo, has actually allocated 185 million rand to actually make it a point that this Mthombo project gets on and it gets started as soon as possible.
How will it then improve the situation of the residents in your province? I believe that there have been problems with unemployment and very high levels of poverty. How is it going to address that?
Well, a number of jobs are expected to be created as a result of the implementation and the launch of this Mthombo project. In a nutshell, we spoke to business chamber here in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. They actually have confessed to us that they have been in discussions with the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro and, of course, the provincial government led by Premier Phumulo Masualle. They've got local businesses on the ground that would want to come to the fore and sort of help to speedily, implement and actually make it a reality that is now the Mthombo project, with their local businesses that are taking place along the Port Elizabeth Harbour and, of course, Coega Development IDZ. So they're actually, glad and expressing gratitude in as far as because of the fact that there's going to be more job opportunities, both temporal and, of course, permanent jobs as a result of the implementation of this Mthombo project. We also understand that the agreement actually follows a number of discussions that have been taking place between the national government and, of course, the provincial government in the Eastern Cape, because I understand and remember, Colin, the fact that, initially it was supposed to be introduced in KwaZulu-Natal. But negotiations have sort of taken place between the national, provincial, and, of course, the local government here in the Eastern Cape that, let's keep it here in the Eastern Cape. As I'm saying that now, Premier Phumulo Masualle has confirmed that if all systems go, they are soon to implement the project.
Now, Abongile, there's been a problem regarding what business people are facing in the Eastern Cape, the challenges that they have actually highlighted. Did this meeting address those problems and what were the solutions?
Okay, basically the meeting aimed at sort of addressing some of the challenges that the local business people here in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro are faced with. One major challenge that came to the fore, Colin, was about the fact that the municipality is rather too expensive when it comes to energy supply, and that small and local upcoming businesses are finding it difficult for themselves to sustain themselves within the business sector. So they have actually expressed their feeling and dissatisfaction, if I may, with regards to the fact that they believe that the municipality has got rather too high tariffs in as far as electricity and power is concerned. Not to mention the proposed electricity hike that was actually on the news earlier this morning, that Eskom wants to sort of apply for yet another increase in as far as electricity is concerned. So with some of the challenges that they are complaining with, and of course another issue that came to the fore, Colin, is the fact that there is a lack of funding from the local government here, that is now the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, in as far as for trying to boost those local business people in your street corner that they can be able to sustain themselves. So those are some of the challenges that they have been sort of addressing to the Eastern Cape leadership led by Premier Phumulo Masualle and, of course, Finance MEC Mthombo. But they've actually made a commitment that they are going to go back to the drawing table and address all those challenges that they are facing. Another thing that they've committed to is that they are going to go on updating and giving reports back to local local businesses here in as far as there are negotiations in making the point that there's a mutual understanding, there's mutual benefits in as far as development and business and of course economic development is concerned in the Eastern Cape.
All right, Abongile Dumako talking to us live from Port Elizabeth, and we thank you very much for that info. Then Finance Minister